Kanye West is spiraling out of control again. Less than 6 weeks after his initial meltdown where he ranted nonstop on Twitter, or X as they call it, he's back at it again, and this time he really went low, like way too low. It's crazy to think that the same genius behind some of hip-hop's most iconic albums is out here launching unhinged attacks on Kendrick Lamar, Future, Tyler the Creator, and every other name he could recall. He even went as far as Jay and Beyonce's kids. Now, Kanye has been chaotic all year long. I mean, he called himself a Nazi, remember? But you see, this time it's almost impossible to justify his actions. It's beyond chaotic. It's a premium mess. Let's break down the wildest moments from Ye's latest meltdown, from calling Tyler irrelevant to dragging Jay-Z's kids through the mud. Now, if you haven't been following this solo drama by the hip-hop legend, you're about to have your mind blown. We are about to see just how far off the deep end Kanye has gone this time. Just when you thought Kanye's situation couldn't get any worse, it keeps sliding downhill. He really went from being the top dog to whatever it is that he is right now. His downfall's got to be the strangest in hip-hop history, and that's because it's mostly self-inflicted. At this point, someone needs to take charge and get the man away from his phone and the internet. A moment of self-reflection will do him a world of good, hopefully. Now, in this latest rant, Kanye touched on many things, or should I say many people, but let's kick this chaos off with the most surprising target on his list, Kendrick Lamar. Now, you know what's crazy? It was just last month that Kanye was out here singing Kendrick's praises, saying he's the only real rapper who would beat him in a rap battle. That's a pretty bold claim, but okay, Kanye's giving credit where it's due, right? Well, if you fast forward to now, suddenly Kanye's on Twitter acting like Kendrick just ran over his dog. Out of nowhere, he's calling Kendrick a grapist. Like, seriously, what the hell? It's like Kanye took one look at Playboi Carti's new album and decided it was time to start some beef. He literally tweeted that he didn't like Kendrick's music and didn't want to hear him on Carti's album. So who cares what Kanye likes or doesn't like? Make it make sense, yeah? I think he always knew Kendrick wasn't the type to respond to petty jibes like this, but still, the fact that he's trying to use K-Dot's name for clout is insane. But rather than stop there, Kanye doubled down harder with his tweets, saying he hated Kendrick's diss track Not Like Us, and even claimed nobody's ever listened to Kendrick or knows any of his songs. Now, that's the most absurd take I've ever heard from anyone, not to mention an OG like Kanye West. How could you say nobody knows Kenny's songs? Alright, DNA, Humble, they're just minor hits, right? Kanye seemed to forget he had his own prime when he dominated, and now it's Kendrick's turn to dominate the culture. In fact, he's been dominating the culture for the better part of a decade non-stop while Kanye was doing whatever Kanye does. While he is no doubt one of the best to do it, the same can be said of Kendrick too. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more bizarre, Ye starts calling Kendrick an industry puppet, saying the labels used him as a pawn to take down Drake. Now, come on, Ye. Kendrick? A puppet? Honestly, the mental gymnastics Kanye's doing at this point should qualify as an Olympic sport, and Drake would be another qualified participant. And to top it all off, Kanye even had the nerve to say that he, Travis Scott, or Drake deserved to headline the Super Bowl halftime show over Kendrick. Bruh, this is the same Kanye who once said George Bush doesn't care about black people on live TV. You think the NFL wants that on their biggest stage? Not to mention, Kendrick's performance was fire, and most people loved it, but Kanye's out here acting like K-Dot stole his rights away from him. Honestly, the question we should be asking is, if Wendy Williams could be placed on guardianship due to concern over her mental health, how the hell is Kanye still running free, mouthing off to anyone and saying the craziest things imaginable? Just think about it. What does Ye stand to gain by calling out Kendrick like this? It's not like he wants to engage in a beef or something. If he's trying to bait Kendrick into a response, he's probably going to wait forever because K-Dot is just a chill guy. Next up on Kanye's chaotic hit list was Tyler the Creator and Future. Yeah, Kanye's got beef with just about anyone thriving right now, and it's honestly giving I'm bitter and desperate vibes. For a legend of the game, this is quite embarrassing. Let's start with Tyler the Creator. According to Kanye, Tyler has never made a memorable song. Yeah, seriously, he said Tyler checks every box as an artist except, actually having good songs. And as if that wasn't petty enough, Kanye even accused Tyler of ripping off his whole sound on his latest album. Tyler ripping off Kanye. Now that's one topic I never envisioned anybody debating. Tyler's been one of the most innovative and unique artists of the past decade. The guy's out here dropping critically acclaimed albums, winning awards and headlining festivals, while Kanye's busy tweeting nonsense. Tyler's style is unmistakably his own. It's quirky, creative, and unapologetically bold. If anything, Kanye should be giving Tyler props for keeping his artistry on point just like he has always done. Ye seems to have forgotten he is an inspiration to all these guys, or at least he used to be before his reputation spiraled out of control. Some fans are saying this rant about Tyler was because he unfollowed Ye following his crazy tweets a few weeks ago where he said F Virgil. I mean, if we're being honest, that's enough reason to unfollow him, isn't it? If that's the reason why he's mad at Tyler, it really shows how bitter he's really become. And speaking of bitterness, let's talk about Future. Kanye claims that Future is washed up, but here's where it gets even pettier. He revealed that Metro Boomin and Future ghosted him after they asked him to jump on a remix for the song Like That. When a legend like Ye is being ghosted by Future, a guy who would collaborate with just about everyone, you know it's bad. The crazy thing is, I've never seen or heard where Tyler or Future have disrespected Kanye before. If you have, let me know in the comments, because maybe that will explain why he came down hard on them like this, but then we are talking about Kanye here. Sometimes he does things for reasons only known to him. It's not crazy to think that Kanye is lashing out because he realizes these guys are more musically relevant at this point. Tyler and Future are still dominating the charts and making waves, while Kanye is out here burning bridges and picking fights on social media. It's like he's mad at the entire rap game for moving on without him. Now, let's be real, to an extent, this whole situation screams insecurity. It's almost like Kanye is standing at the edge of his own relevance cliff, desperately grasping at anything that can pull him back up. And when he sees guys like Kendrick, Tyler, and Future thriving while he's stuck drowning in his own chaos, his first instinct is to tear them down. Think about it. Ye used to be untouchable. He was the revered musical genius, the visionary, the super producer, but now it's all buried under a mountain of Twitter rants and unhinged meltdowns. And let's face it, when was the last time we actually talked about Kanye's music and not his latest stunt? Look at us right now talking about him calling K-Dot a rapist and Tyler irrelevant. Era comes and era goes, and Ye needs to understand that. The crazy part is, he knows it. Deep down, Kanye has to realize that the game's moved on without him, and that probably terrifies him. His obsession with being seen as the most influential and dominant figure in hip-hop has morphed into this destructive, self-sabotaging spiral. Instead of proving he's still the GOAT, he's becoming the poster child for how not to handle falling off. And just when you think Kanye can't possibly dig himself any deeper, he finds a way to prove you wrong. I don't know if you noticed, but Kanye has been doing some pretty weird things in relation to Diddy lately. You know, he just released a song featuring Diddy, Diddy's son Christian, and his own daughter Northwest. I mean, he just stood up and decided that it would be a genius idea to release a song featuring a man who's knee-deep in a once-in-a-generation scandal. But not just that, he even featured his own daughter in this same song, all while ignoring Kim Kardashian's desperate pleas to keep their daughter out of his drama. In case you haven't heard the song and you're wondering what was said on it, well, the song started off with what seemed like a phone call between Diddy and Kanye. It's obvious Puffy was calling him from jail, as we could hear him appreciate Kanye for taking care of his kids and also for reaching out because no one else has in a while. The whole conversation ended with Diddy saying he's feeling a lot of love and gratitude to Kanye. But here's the kicker. Kim found out about the song before it was released and immediately went into damage control mode. She didn't want North associated with anything even remotely tied to Diddy, especially considering the controversies and legal issues surrounding him. That makes sense, right? I mean, as a mom, she's just trying to protect her daughter from being dragged into Kanye's public meltdowns and Diddy's questionable situation. Kim even tried to legally intervene, sending out cease and desist letters and requesting an emergency meeting with a mediator. She was pulling every string to keep North out of Kanye's latest stunt, but no, none of it worked. The man is so caught up in making a statement that he's willing to throw his own kids into the fire. And here's what's even more twisted. When Kim finally managed to get Kanye to back off, he went on Twitter and leaked private texts between them basically saying, "I'm never speaking with you again." Bro, what? Shouldn't Kim be the one saying that after you just dragged her child into your mess? Kanye literally threatened to go to war with Kim, saying that neither of them would recover from the public fallout. Imagine being so wrapped up in your own self-destructive behavior that you're willing to start a war with your ex over a song that nobody asked for. Let's just call it what it is. Kanye is exploiting his kids to fix his own image somehow. The man is desperate to attach himself to any narrative that makes him look relevant, and if that means using his daughter to push some twisted redemption arc, well, he's all in. It's honestly heartbreaking to see him keep aligning himself with controversial figures like Diddy, almost like he's trying to prove the world wrong. Now Kim is reportedly mulling over whether it's high time she goes to a judge and asks them to strip Kanye off their joint legal custody of their 4 kids. Remember, Kanye already broke the terms of their custody agreement when he went ahead to release the song anyway, despite Kim being against it. She'd probably make a solid argument if she does pursue legal action against Kanye, but then you never know. Alright, now this next part is where things get really disturbing. Now, if you thought what Kanye said about Kendrick was bizarre, wait till you hear some of the mind-boggling things he had to say about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids. Not Jay-Z and Beyonce, their kids. So Kanye took to Twitter again, because apparently that's his new favorite hobby, like Roseanne Barr. This time he decided to mock Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids, calling them ugly and implying that artificial insemination is a blessing. Like, dude, what? Imagine being so far gone that you're out here roasting innocent kids who did absolutely nothing to you. And as if that wasn't disgusting enough, Kanye eventually took down the tweet, but not because he suddenly grew a conscience or felt bad. No. He made it clear that he only deleted it to avoid getting his account suspended or canceled. That's right, his apology wasn't about regret or decency, it was purely about keeping his account active so he could continue his nasty rants later. This is where Kanye's complete lack of boundaries becomes painfully obvious. Dragging kids into his personal beefs, well, that's a new low, even for him. It's not just reckless, it's outright malicious. You don't bring kids into your drama, it's an unspoken rule. And look, this is Jay-Z and Beyonce we're talking about, 2 of the most influential and respected figures in music history. Jay-Z is not the type of guy to just let this slide. We're talking about a man who's ruthless when it comes to protecting his family and his reputation. While everyone else has been ignoring Kanye, there's a huge chance Jay won't. He's got a zero tolerance policy when it comes to his family name being dragged, especially his kids. Kanye is pretty powerful, but Jay is on a different level, and honestly, this could get ugly really fast. Taking shots at Jay-Z's family is like begging for career suicide. Coming at his family is like walking into a lion's den with a stake around your neck. While we don't know what's going to happen yet, one thing's for sure. If Jay does retaliate, he won't play nice. Playboy Cardi finally responded to Ye, telling him to shut up, but rather than do that, Ye fired shots at his next victim, Iggy Azalea, saying some pretty ugly stuff about her and her child. Let's be real about something though. Kanye does drop some meaningful gems here and there between all of his rants, but there's no denying he needs help, or at least some time away from the internet. To be honest, it's hard to ignore the obvious. Ye's on a fast track to rock bottom. One by one, his allies are backing away, fans are losing faith, and the industry that once celebrated his genius is now looking at him like a cautionary tale. It's like he's on this self-destructive path, daring anyone to try and stop him, but here's the real question. What's it actually going to take for him to realize the damage he's done? Maybe rock bottom is what he needs to wake up, but I guess we'll see. What about you? Do you think if Ye hits rock bottom, he'll actually learn from it and maybe get better? Let me know in the comment section below, because I really want to hear your thoughts on this one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more updates on hip-hop news and dramas. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.